morning, guys, and welcome to 94. Unfortunately, this is not a riding video, so instead I'm going to try to explain how to pair the Harley Davidson branded Cardo Freecom 4X headset to your bike. It was a bit of a trial and error thing for me, but I got it in the end. It's finicky, but I'm going to try my very best. Real quick health update. I went to see my oncologist last week and I got the all clear from my PET CT scan. I'm better than ever now, and so now PET CT scans are going to be moved to 6 months apart, whereas before they were only 3. So that's a great sign. My blood panel came out good, so I'm healthy as a horse. All right, so I am going to try my very best to explain to you how to do this. The first thing that you want to do is connect the headset to your phone. Okay, so from here, this is just the base unit. We're going to turn it on by pressing these two buttons together, and then you'll see the blue light comes on. Now, I know you know how to pair to your phone, so I'm just going to show you that real quick. All you're going to do is make your phone discoverable, okay, on the Bluetooth, and then just hold this button here for about 5 seconds, and you'll see that, there we go, when it starts flashing red and blue, you're good to go.
Below that, we've got our audio settings. At the very top, let's go to volume levels. Now at the top, you see a snapshot of the current volume settings of where I'm at now. What I mean by that is phone calls are pretty low, music's pretty low, FM radio's pretty high. But if I were to turn on the FM radio and lower it via the buttons, then I would see that represented here as well. So this isn't carved in stone, this is just where it's at currently. If I want to just go in there and I know that I want music louder, great, I can raise that up, hit save, and that would be my new setting for the music source until, of course, if I were to adjust my volume listening to music, then that would be represented here. Audio mixing level and background volume level. The way to think about these, audio mixing is how much does the music in the background lower when somebody goes to talk. Right now, at 25%, it's very low. So if I'm listening to music, I'm talking with somebody else via DMC, then somebody goes to talk, that music's really going to plummet to the background. If I don't want it to plummet so far, then say I could have it go here. That person talks, the music's only going to go down somewhat a little bit. I like it to plummet to the background when someone's talking. Background volume, now this is, in general, what is the ratio between intercom and music? So if I have it at 90, I'm only going to ever get maximum 90% volume if I'm around a group and we're connected via DMC. If I want that to be 100%, meaning there's no variation between my music and intercom volumes, that would be the case. Or some people want it to sit, kind of in the background and still plummet more when somebody talks, but have a maximum of 70% if they're around other connected headsets. Let's get that back up there. System announcements, that's obvious. You can either have the system talk to you and let you know what's going on or not, and then at what volume would you like that to be the case. The next one down is automatic volume. Now, automatic volume is something that all Cardo models have. It's off by default, and if it's on, first off, when you toggle that switch, it requires you to do a power cycle on the unit. But if it's on, then the system itself will detect ambient noise and automatically raise or lower the volume for you based on the ambient noise. Medium, I like that setting. If you have it a quiet bike, then perhaps you would put that setting on high, or if you have a very loud bike, perhaps you would make that setting a little bit more stubborn by setting the sensitivity to low. Let's go ahead and just leave it off for demo purposes. Microphone sensitivity. This is the sensitivity of your microphone. Medium, again, works for most cases, but if you'd like again, if you have a quiet bike and you want it to be a little bit more sensitive because you have a quiet environment, then you can raise the sensitivity of the microphone. If you have a loud bike or a loud environment, you can kind of lower the sensitivity of it, make it a little bit more stubborn to your voice. Now, with models that have natural voice operation, PackTalk Edge being one of those, you'll see the option for voice control. By default, that's on. That is that awesome capability to say, hey, Cardo, volume up, for example, or hey, Cardo, music on. If for some reason you don't want that, you can just turn that off. That would completely deactivate natural voice operation. And the one below that is how sensitive is the system and microphone to those commands. That's something that you can play with if you're not having very much success with it.
So that's very basically the app. I stole that footage from the Cardo website, so you know it's all on there. But I found it very finicky. Like to connect to the phone and then connect to the app, I had to like turn it on, turn it off, pair it, unpair it, pair it, and then finally it would pair and then do all the settings. The only saving grace with this is you only really have to do it once and then you're done. You don't really need to do it anymore. You can always do your software updates on the computer. You just have to download from the Cardo website the Cardo installer, which will update via a USB-C cable, which is what I'm going to do in the future. I'm not dealing with the app anymore. I found it a freaking nightmare. So now that you've been to the app and you've made the adjustments to each of the headset units, disconnect each of these units from your phone. Like swipe and forget device, because you're not going to need them on your phone anymore. Everything's going to go through the bike. Okay, so let's go in the garage and we'll hook the headsets up to the bike. Now when you're out on the bike, when you're out to the bike and you want to pair the headset to the bike with your unit on in standby mode, we're going to press this for 5 seconds, okay, until it goes red and blue again. And then you're going to turn this wheel backwards and it'll say pair to bike. And then you'll see on your screen. And to cancel this, just hold. There we go. And that's it. Back in the garage with my bullshit detector, carbon monoxide making sure. Okay, so you're going to go into the settings menu and go to device manager, and then we're going to add new device. So just click on it and then it's going to start searching. So with your headset discoverable, it'll pop right up there. Now from here you're going to have one passenger headset and one driver headset, and of course your phone is connected as well. So from here we're going to select, actually we're going to select the driver, and you see it's connected. Go into settings and then just make sure that you can accept calls. Like everything is orange for the driver headset. Then we're going to go to the passenger and connect it. Assign the role, and you can see that the passenger is in orange, so that's correct. Then we're going to go to the sound. Audio routing, make sure it's on headset. And then the volume settings, this is the one that kind of tripped me up. So you've got like your media, which is basically the one that's adjusted by the handset on the motorcycle, so you don't really need to deal with that. But below ringtone is intercom. By default this was set to 0, so that's why I was getting a little bit frustrated trying to get this hooked up. But with that all good, you should be done. So that's it. That's how I installed it. The key things to remember on this is make sure the phone is not connected to your headset units. But so the phone's going to be connected to the bike. Both headsets are going to be connected to the bike. The headsets are not going to be connected to each other because they'll route through the motorcycle. So when you go to, you put your helmets on, turn on the headsets, they will automatically connect to your bike and you will have intercom between rider passenger. So make sure the volumes are up in the settings like we went over, and you should be good to go. I know I probably skipped a few things, but if you have any comments, please message me here, and I'll do my best to answer them. So again, sorry it's not a riding video, but this is just something that I wanted to address. So thank you so much for watching, and I will be riding next weekend for sure. And until then, I will see you on the next ride.